shed. Or you have to shed tears for someone. Those who feel, shed tears. But it seems it's important when a person sheds tears for someone, he's missing something. He feels he's lost something. That's why he cries. Let us try to understand the great loss. And not only, of course, the relatives, extended family, but the Kehillah, our Kehillah in London, what we have lost. It's very interesting. Yalkut Shimonit Midrash in Shir HaShirim. The Midrash says like this. דודי ירה לגנו, לערוגות הבושם, לראות בגנים וללקוט שושנים. Which translates, my beloved one went down to the garden. He went to the rows of roses, sweet-smelling roses. לראות בגנים. To take a walk, take a soul, look what it needs, like a roe, like a shepherd goes into his, oh, he wants to see what's missing, what's there. And he snips off flowers, roses. There are many explanations for this pasuk, but I believe what the Yalkut says. Yalkut when he says, Dozi, Dodi, Ze HaKodesh Baruch Hu. My beloved one. You know, we say, Ani le Dodi, Dodi. Who's our beloved one? In this world, Ani le Dodi. I have to do for Hashem. And in the world to come, Dodi, he is for me. He comes to me. Says the Yalkut like this. Dodi yarad legano. My beloved one went down into his treasured garden. That's this world. Yarad legano. The world is called the garden. But you know where he goes first? He goes to Arugot Habesabi. Arugot Shushanim. He goes to the sweet-smelling rows of sweet-smelling flowers. Says the Yalkut, Ze Israel. The Jewish people in the whole world, they are like the rows of sweet-smelling flowers. Who planted them? Because Baruch Hu planted them. But he goes there, wants nachat. It's his pleasure. That's what it would be like. Then it says, Glori ze HaKodesh Baruch Hu, legano le'olam, to the world, le'aruot habosem elu Israel. Lirot baganim. So what else is he going? What other ganim are there? He says he goes to the whole world. The world is, there are many gardens in the world. The nations of the world also have gardens. It goes around. But why? Then go back and say, pluck the flower. Lirkot b'shushanim. The shushanim is where he went first. He goes back and plucks, goes back to the rows of flowers, and he plucks it. Lirkot b'shushanim. Says the Yalkut. Because Baruch come down to his world. And the Tzaddikim give him such pleasure. But you know what? He goes a little bit further. He goes into the wider world and he sees how it's a mad world. A world which is not doing what he wants them to do. Not doing the will of Hashem. It brings him to anger. Elo of their avodah zarah. These are the world nations. And we're influenced by them. And he's cast. What does he do? He says, when he has pleasure with them, then he brings from all the nations of the world, he gathers Shoshanim. He brings Tzaddikim, people who convert. And like we have Bracha, and we have had many great Gerim came, Unklus, Perusha Unklus. He brings them into the Jewish world. But when he's in anger, he goes down and he takes away the tzaddik. He takes away the tzaddik. He takes away the tzaddik. That's what the Yalkut says. Now that's a big question here. At the time when there's anger in the world, when people don't pay him properly, you would think he would put tzaddik in there. He bring more tzaddik in there. Why take away the tzaddik? That leaves us more at a loss. Let me try and explain. We'll explain it, but let's go on. We've come here to hear about a beautiful flower. Fragrance, beautiful fragrance, which gives pleasure to Kodesh Baruch Hu. He's taking that flower from us. First, let's understand what this flower is. What is a flower in the eyes of a Kodesh Baruch Hu? What makes this fragrance which Hashem loves so much? You know, we all came from the same background. Where we came from, we might have a lot of nostalgia for, we have good feelings for, we had a good life, we live, we're happy, but we're far away. We're traditional. One thing we had above anything else, emunah. There was no question in Hashem. No question that we have a connection with God. There were never doubts about that. That you ask anybody in our circles, from our communities. No, in the East we believed in Hashem. We did a few naughty things here and there. We did this, but basically we believed in Hashem. But we had no knowledge of great knowledge. We came to a country. You should know. It was an open world. We came from there as well. And we know it's a world which was Hesped. Do what you like. You do what you like. At home we had guidelines, we had traditions. We kept together. We were capable. We went to session. We respected our elders. Here everything there was nothing. And we came, but it was bachelors. We came young men, a wide world in front of us. There were a few people. And Baruch Hashem, from them, we see the nachat of the children and grandchildren. Moshe, in his younger life, he knew no better. It was like one of us, jolly-go-lucky, going with the fire, enjoy this world. And then he got a message. It's Ronnie Mansour, who set up this community, who drew people and gave them the first knowledge of Torah. And Ronnie a long time, long before you and me. I knew Ronnie in the year 1956, 57, 58. Those years I knew Ronnie. And I was invited to his house in Stanford, I remember, in Stony, Clapton. And he awakened, opened our eyes, gave it or a root to many of us. And we had to make a break. We had to cleave onto something. We had to make an effort. It wasn't easy. I remember when we first heard, our community first heard, you mustn't carry on Shabbat. Oh, Ashkenazim, look around, this is that. We didn't think, we didn't know what really it means to learn Torah, to keep Shabbat with all its diktukim, with all its detail. And so many other things. And there were people who made a decision in life, and Baruch Hashem, we see them, we see the children, the families, and these are the soldiers of Hashem, Chayalei Hashem, right? Now let's talk about Moshe. What was special about Moshe? He made up his mind, and he sat down to learn Torah. that was tremendous. For us, it was far away. I had to go to yeshiva to learn Torah. Moshe learned Torah from Yoli, from people over here. And then he was so clever. Moshe was really brilliant man, had a brilliant mind. He didn't use it for shtudot. You know what he did? He got his mind to learning. And he could open a sefer, he would learn Gemara, learn Tosafot. I learned Gemara with him many years. We had a chavruta there. But Moshe loved learning, and he gave his mind to it, and he excelled in learning. But Moshe didn't keep it to himself. He shared it with others. I don't know how many people he's learned with. Chavrutot. People he taught. There's a numerous people are sitting here who learn from him. I remember for years and years he used to learn with people. An audience of high, like this, always had learned with people. And after years, and he still learned with people. He had so many Talmidim. And from time to time you hear the names. They come, oh yes, I learned with Moshe. Moshe inspired people. He showed them learning for Torah. Moshe was not a rabbi. One of us, one of the Mamona. And he could learn Gemara. He could teach Gemara. And he did it. And people loved it. People look forward to fixing a time in the day to be able to learn with them. That's a fragrance of sweet-smelling flower that reaches up to Hashem. When you hear the Kol Torah, people learning Torah, but it's not just learning Torah, saying Tikkur or just verbatim. It's when you put your mind. A Jewish mind is a sharp mind. Yes? And you put that mind to thinking in the depths of the Torah, thinking of the Torah. That gives Hashem nachat. Because you want to understand what He gave us, what He taught us, the Torah He gave us. That was Moshe. He used to teach others. He used to make sure, and I think, as we come to the today and explain ourselves more, Moshe was a symbol of a Torah for our Indian Iraqi community. And it was, you had to go to gates to learn. No. From us. In here, you can do it. If you want to, you can do it. And it's never too late. If you ask Moshe now, HaChachamim tell us, when you speak about the Niftar, this time make a Hesped for it. The Niftar is here. He's present. And you ask Moshe, what is your message? You're out there now. Ani le Dodi, you are for Hashem. Now Dodi li, he's for you. What can you advise us? What will you tell us? And Moshe would say, get cracking, start learning Gemara. What don't be a gump? What don't be a bucha? Come on, you can do it. If you're sharp in business, you can do that kind of very fine. You can't sit and learn. You can't put your head into the Gemara. You can't put your head into Halakha. I did it. And we can't come with excuses and say, well, I came from Bombay, I came from Rangoon, I came from Calcutta, we never learned Gemara. He said, but no, he's taking away some of our excuses. It's a bit frightening. But that was Moshe. Moshe gave of himself, and we'll talk about that in a minute. That's Torah. Avodah, we don't have a Beit HaMikdash. Destroyed, preserved this time. But our tefillot are instead in place of the korbanot, of the offerings we bring to Hashem. When we pray 3 times a day, you know, with the 3 times we come in with some shachrit, with the offering of the boker, mincha, offering of the Saharayim, and arbit is that which you offered in the days, burning at night and being consumed and having the benefit. The reach nicholah is going up. Good smell. That's tefillah. Moshe was particular about tefillah. We still benefit from him here today. My son is telling me. Do you know that tefillah here? I'm not talking about Yom Kippur now. I'm talking about daily tefillah. Usually it's the first year. Usually the one who started the tefillah. And for him, tefillah was in the morning. I think my son got it from him. Yeah, 33 minutes from the beginning of Shachrit to the Amidah. You know, we're all in a hurry. Who's not in a hurry? But if it's worthwhile, you'll think about it. You won't be in such a big hurry. To save a few pounds on the ticket. You know what I mean? Air flight ticket or something. You got very early in the morning. No? You do. I will do it. But tefillah, it's got to be the kavanah, with your lev, your heart. Tefillah hi avodat halev. It's the service of the heart. You're connecting with God. And that Moshe is tefillah word by word. That wasn't on Yom Kippur only. That was in the whole year. 3 times a day. No? Is that not a fragrance? Does the Kodesh Baruch Hu have nachat from such a person? What is his message? Rabotai, make sure you play with a minyan. Make sure you pray tefillah with kavanah. Put everything aside. Give yourself time. How much of the day is it? We have time for everything else today. People are on their WhatsApp and on their thing, all the biggest rubbish. Yes, one time people used to talk to their wives. Today they text the wife, then they get back from the wife. And that's what they're too busy. Just wasting their time. And for me, I don't know about everybody else. Till you get there, till you start, and you start there. Yeah. Speak, finish. Yeah. Waste time in so much rubbish. You have to know every minute of the day what's going on, going on. What am I this? Am I going to change things? Yes, I can change things. Only through the tefillah. If you pray well, you change things. You learn well, you can change things. And when it came to Yom Kippur, Moshe, wow. And people remember that Yom Kippur without Moshe, without his tefillah, it's different. It's different. He used to pray there in the Avodah of Yom Kippur. He always said, Musaf. Achad v'shtayim. You know, and that's Moshe. But it was not just a nice tune or anything. I've heard better chazanim, but greater chazanim. But his words were from the heart. Something you bring out from your heart reaches out to other people's heart. Sometimes your hand you can't reach out, but your heart you can reach out. You know what, Moshe? Shliach Tzibur. We hope up there he'll also be a Shliach Tzibur for us. He'll represent us. That was tefillah. Avodah. There's tefillah, lev. Not just words. Lev, a heart. You can't find. And even if you can't come to synagogue, when you pray, pray with your heart. Don't pray like a burden I have to finish it off with. And then Gemilut Chasadim. There's a new chapter, which quite Hashem revealed a few things to us. You know, Moshe, I knew his Gemilut Chasadim, learning with people. I knew worrying about paying people, that there should be money to pay people for the learning, and other things. He took responsibilities and such a with all accounts, with everything else. All that's chesed, that's all chesed. But you know what? Moshe, in his house, you know the person, someone who had nowhere to be, he had no one. For 5 years at least, Moshe had him in his house. His master, bring him. He stayed for 5 years. Day in, day out. He's for 5 years in the house. This is chesed. Gemilut Chasadim. says here that there was a amazing story. One day someone Jewish man, he's selling shoes. He's selling shoes. I presume it's ladies' shoes, right? And so I said, what do you want? I don't need these shoes. So Moshe goes and says, buy some shoes. What you do with it later doesn't matter. Give the poor man some yourself. No? And she bought some shoes. What she did with it later, I don't know. But she bought the shoes. She had the Jewish man who was trying to get parnasa, honestly. We don't know these things. This is chesed. This is scary. This is Moshe. But most of all, I want to tell you what Moshe, I would call him the Kotel Ma'aravi. You know, the Western Wall? You don't all know the Western Wall? What is the things people do most there? You know what they do? They cry. It's called the Wailing Wall. You go, Jews go there, people go there and they cry, God, give me this, I'm in trouble, blah, 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 blah. Everything, right? Moshe was a Wailing Wall. And people who needed help, no, but not only were they in trouble, they were in trouble. They loved to speak to Moshe. He could listen. You know, it's an art to be able to listen to people and make them feel good about it. I can listen, you can get upset with people and you get all kinds of stuff, you know, and they see you're impatient. But Moshe, they felt patient, they felt at ease. They had problems, they speak it out. He was better than a psychologist, better than a doctor. He listened to people and made them feel good. You know what I mean? When Hashem sees someone doing that, he sees a person, you're caring for my children. They have where to cry, they have where to bring out the problems, where to talk to. We don't understand. We think chesed is only giving money. It's only giving money. It is, of course, but it's also giving a good ear, listening to people, empathizing with them, making them feel good. These are all the things which it says. Kabbalat panim yafeh. Receive someone with a good countenance. Give him a good word. He has so many sarot, and that good word can change his whole life. It's happened many times. People would think of suicide, think of this and that, and they saw a man and I wished them, and he made them feel something, they cheated them out. But this was not. You know, people knew where to come to. They had a Kotel Ma'aravi in Hendon, and he used to come, Kotel Ma'aravi, sit down, Moshe, tell him all this sarot, and he knew everything. Very clever man. And he didn't forget. Because people come and talk to you. They feel good. An affinity with it. Torah, Avodah, Gemilut Chesed. That was Moshe. So what happens now? You know, Moshe did have children, right? He has children, but he didn't have biological children. But there are many people who feel they are his children. And they supported him. And they gave him pleasure and nachat. Like they were his children. It's wonderful. Children, grandchildren. She's master, they have grandchildren. His other should have great grandchildren. This is life. Life is helping, getting together, make people happy. And Moshe, even though he didn't have children of his own, he was blessed in that people felt this affinity, and he had a family of children. But I have another explanation. Why being Moshe was not getting children? It's Hashem's cheshbon. You know, we find many Gedolei Israel who didn't have children. Chazanish never had children. There are many Gedolei Israel who never had children. Sometimes Hashem puts flowers, puts something in the world. Sometimes we're distracted. We have children because you have to know chesed, everything. But if someone like a Chazanish didn't have children. The world, the Jewish people were his children. It was not restricted. It was open to everybody. And Hashem puts that type of the shaman to this world, that type of the world that everyone has children. So they have more time to give. They can give people. There's a affinity with people. And more people can benefit from it. That is Moshe. So how come Hashem took him on? We are in difficult times. Sarot in the world, Sarot for Klal Israel. It's a difficult time. So why in this time? So let's say people are doing not doing the right thing. Why take away tzaddik? We need him now. No, let me tell you. When there is a kitrug in Shamayim, on the Jewish people, I'm also talking the world, Jewish people. He said, look at them. God, you give a Torah, you give this, look at them. I'm not talking about God, Hashem. We are serving Hashem. But we could do better. And you know what Hashem says? There's a kitrug, there's a big judgment in Shamayim, where the Malachim, the Midat Hadin, the strict judgment is demanding justice. If they to behave like this, you should punish them like this. And you know what Hashem says? Don't look at the world. He takes a beautiful pair who was in this world with all its challenges, with all the difficulties we have in our time in this world. And he takes it to Shamayim in front of the Din, and he says, look what there was in this world, what there is in this world, and how it blossomed at such challenging times and difficult circumstances. But there are people like this. The Din should not take place. He becomes a Melitz Yosher. And we, if you know Moshe, as a Shliach Tzibur, he's standing there now in front of the says, I love these people. Give them a chance. I love this world. It's possible to get out of the rut. Get out and improve. Be inspired. Come back to Torah, Tefillah, Gemilut Chasadim. It's possible. I was there. Moshe is there now. When we made his Yosher, first was honorable. Marcel, his wife, it's the biggest blow for her, for all his extended family, for his brothers, families, for community, for Klal Israel. And we say, Hashem, you have your rose. You plucked a very beautiful rose. But we know we value and we take a lesson from him. And let us make ourselves a little bit better. Try a little bit more. And that will make Moshe able to demand more from in front of Hashem. And there should be peace in the world. He should protect Am Israel. Bring back our Shivuyim. Bring them back safe and sound. Protect our soldiers. Protect all those living in Israel. And Am Yisrael, wherever they are. Ubila Amavet Lanetzach. And the Kodesh Baruch Hu should finish with death in this world. The Mashiach should come soon and lead Binyan Beit HaMikdash.